Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. I am your host as always, Ryan, and today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 WWE Network shows. So as you know, the WWE Network is coming to an end this month as they start their deal with Netflix in January. And it got me thinking about all the WWE original shows that we have had over the last decade since the network started in 2014. So that's what we're going to be doing today, taking a look at the 10 best shows that WWE had on offer on the network. Now for this list we are not going to be looking at actual wrestling shows, so it won't feature the likes of NXT or the pay-per-views. It'll just focus on the original shows of the WWE network. So as always, feel free to drop your own top 10 in the comment section below. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button while you do. So in at number 10, Table for Free. WWE's original show Table for Free debuted on the WWE Network in August of 2015 and ran for 6 seasons before it ended in 2022. So the premise of this show was a trio of WWE superstars and or legends sit down to a meal and relive past experiences in and out of the ring. The first episode featured Roddy Piper, Mean Gene Okerlund and Paul Orndorff and was titled WrestleMania Legends. This show became popular with fans who would tune in and watch some of their favourite wrestlers in an environment they were not used to seeing them, talk about certain times in their careers and often telling stories that they hadn't heard before, or maybe they've heard the story but it was from their own points of view rather than just what was being reported on the dirt sheets. Some of the most popular episodes of this show were the Evolution episode, which featured Ric Flair, Randy Orton and Batista, and the Shield episode featuring Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Fans were able to see a mini reunion of factions that had since passed and hear the stories from the guys who actually lived it. Number 9. The Ultimate Show. WWE original series The Ultimate Show debuted on the WWE Network in January 2021 and ran for 4 seasons up until August this year. The premise of this show was a group of WWE hosts including Matt Camp, Sam Roberts and Ryan Papola would create a pay-per-view of their dream matches using current WWE superstars and legends. I'm not usually big into watching fantasy booking shows, but something about this stuck out for me. The 3 main guys involved made the show extremely enjoyable and I would watch them the day they were released on the WWE Network. I like to see how they could and would select the wrestlers involved, also the matches that they would put them in, and then at the end of the show Sam Roberts would run through and book each match and tell us how it would go down and who the winners would be for that match. The first episode was the Ultimate Royal Rumble and the last episode was the Ultimate SummerSlam 4. So the best episodes were the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania shows fantasy booking with current WWE superstars facing off against some of the greatest legends in history. Number 8. WWE Legends House. WWE's original show Legends House debuted on the WWE Network in April of 2014 and finished in June of 2014. Legends House only ran for 10 episodes, which was just the 1 season. So the premise of this show was 8 WWE legends reunited in a house where they would all have to live together and they would have to compete in a mix of tasks throughout. The legends that moved into the house were Roddy Piper, Pat Patterson, Tony Atlas, Jimmy Hart, Howard Finkel, Hillbilly Jim, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Mean Gene Okerlund. The show was filmed in 2012 and was shot over a 21-week period and was one of the top selling points by WWE when trying to get fans to subscribe to the WWE network when it first aired. The show was a hit amongst fans as they watched their favourites compete against each other in ways you would not expect to see them compete. And of course, if you put 8 guys in a house together, then tempers would occasionally flare up. Original names lined up for the show included Dusty Rhodes, Jimmy Snuka, Honky Tonk Man, Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter. But many fans speculated for years afterwards whether we would ever see a second season, but unfortunately it was never to be. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart were the favourites amongst fans of who they wanted to see enter the Legends House if a season 2 was ever to be made. Number 7. Talking Smack. The WWE original show Talking Smack debuted on the WWE Network in August of 2016 and ended in 2022, running for 5 seasons. Renee Young hosted this chat show style series that would air straight after SmackDown had aired on the telly. Renee would catch up with the superstars of SmackDown and discuss the episodes while it was still fresh in their minds. Daniel Bryan was usually the co-host of the show, including the time that he was the SmackDown general manager. Popular episodes included all of SmackDown's top stars such as AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose and John Cena, but the most memorable episode was the one with The Miz, where he went back and forth with Daniel Bryan in what many fans see as a career highlight for the A-lister. Talking Smack was great. They even started to use it to continue storylines or even sometimes to kickstart one. The best part about the show is it was a lot more relaxed than the usual word-by-word scripted promos fans were used to seeing. That was until Vince McMahon got his hands on it and the quality plummeted massively. Number 6. WWE Untold. WWE original series WWE Untold debuted on the WWE Network in September 2018 and ran for 19 episodes until February 2021. The premise of this show was that WWE superstars would recall certain points of their career or reflect on their careers of others and tell the stories behind them. They would include information that fans wouldn't have heard before. Some of the most popular episodes were the Eddie Guerrero SmackDown Legend episode, how Sting finally debuted in the WWE, and the debut of AJ Styles. But the episode titled Mankind's Hell in a Cell Shocker was considered amongst most to be the best episode. On the 20th anniversary of WWE's most shocking moments, Mick Foley, Undertaker and more would remember the infamous showdown between Mankind and the Dead Man. The likes of referee Tim White, former WWE Commissioner Sergeant Slaughter, and WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross would relive the night Mick Foley was thrown from the top of a Hell in a Cell. Number 5. 365. WWE's original show 365 debuted on the WWE Network in November 2017 and ended in July 2020. The premise of this show was that WWE cameras would chronicle the triumphs and struggles during a year in the life of a WWE superstar. We would witness 365 days of incredible highs and sometimes heartbreaking lows of their favourite superstars. WWE only ran 5 episodes for this series, but all 5 were received really well by fans. Episode 1 was Kevin Owens, then followed by AJ Styles, Alexa Bliss, Seth Rollins, and finally Ricochet. My personal favourite was the following AJ Styles for the first year of his career in the WWE. Number 4. WWE 24. WWE's original show 24 debuted on the WWE Network in January of 2015 and ran for 4 seasons, ending in August of this year. The premise of this show was a series of documentaries featuring a behind-the-scenes look at the superstars and events of the WWE. This show became popular amongst fans straight away. The first episode was a behind-the-scenes look at WrestleMania 30, giving fans the chance to see just what went into making the biggest WWE show of the year. They have done a look at certain wrestlers' careers as well, with the likes of Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan and Damian Priest amongst others, but it's the pay-per-view episodes that seem to be the most popular amongst fans. The WrestleMania episodes were always a personal favourite of mine. Number 3. The Day Of. WWE original show The Day Of debuted on the WWE Network in January 2017 and has ran for an impressive 59 episodes up until earlier this year. The premise of this show is a documentary series that catches a glimpse of WWE superstars' lives and how they prepare physically and emotionally for highlights of their careers. Similar to some of the 24 episodes, this show is a special peek behind the curtain based around an entire pay-per-view, such as the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Some of the more popular episodes included Royal Rumble 2020, as fans got to take a sneak peek backstage at WWE Hall of Famer Edge's surprising return to the ring after 9 years retired. And the Survivor Series 2020 episode, as we saw legends start to bid farewell to the legendary Undertaker as his career came to an end. So in at number 2, the Monday Night Wars series. WWE original series The Monday Night Wars debuted on the WWE Network in 2014 and ran for 20 episodes. This was an in-depth look behind one of the greatest time periods in wrestling history, as two juggernaut companies in WWE and WCW went head-to-head. The series included interviews with past and present on-air personalities and superstars, also including a look back at superstars and storylines that made the Monday Night Wars so memorable. This show was a massive hit amongst fans as they got to take an in-depth look at the full timeline of the Monday Night Wars. We got interviews from the people who were involved at the time, from the likes of Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, Jerry the King Lawler and more, which helped to give fans the shot of nostalgia that they always are craving for. WWE had released a one-time documentary on DVD years before, which proved popular, so it was no surprise when this series would also prove to be a hit. The timing of this show's release was perfect, as it was used as a selling point in the network's debut year to help them gain new subscribers. Number 1. The Ruthless Aggression series. WWE original series The Ruthless Aggression Era debuted on WWE Network in 2020 and ran for 2 seasons with a total of 10 episodes. The premise of this show was a docuseries that picked up where WWE Network's Monday Night War series left off, detailing the years that followed the Attitude Era, after WWE had absorbed its top rival WCW. Ever since the release of the Monday Night War series, WWE fans had been desperate for the continuation of the story, and it took 6 years for WWE to release the Ruthless Aggression series, but it was well worth the wait. Unlike the Monday Night War series, this was the first proper look back by WWE on this time period, which is why for me it makes our number 1 spot. This was an in-depth look at the start of WWE post-wars, with the inclusion of new talent coming over from WCW and the invasion angle, and then in season 2 it gave us a look at the new generation of stars looking to push on and carry the company forward, with the likes of John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Edge and many more the main focus. So there you have it, that is our top 10 WWE Network shows. Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comment section below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to the wrestling group today.